Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. And it's Friday. So, Friday today is my day, and I'm sharing a personal haul. And it's only a small haul, and so I've done a couple of projects. Here's my first one, which I haven't cut out yet, but it's a very large Merry Christmas. And you can see it is gorgeous. There it is without any reflection. And when you get your dies like this, I can quite literally just pull the bits off with my fingers. Things like this you can snip or just swing out of a frame. I do like to show how this is done, so I'm going to do it. So I usually support the area where I can see the tabs there, and I just pull, and that's it. And now you've got your die. You can see you've got two little pippy bits there, but if I just reach across the desk, I've got a pair of snips, and although I don't want it to twang at the camera, you can see I've grabbed it there and I'm removing it away from the camera so that it doesn't go flying up into the air. So I don't know if you just heard that snap. And then it's all trimmed out and ready to use. So I've got a Merry Christmas, and the size of that with its base, I'll put everything down here. I'm going to go in the cut line. So it's 4 inches. So it's a really lovely size. So I got that one. And I also got this wreath die, which is in bits because I've used it. And basically you get a base layer. I'll tip my bits out here. You get your lovely wreath base layer, and then you get layering pieces so that you can use as many as you want to, and you can just pile those all around. That's that the bow center. Yeah, don't want to get confused. And then you've got little sort of abstract type poinsettia, or even leaves if you want them to be. And then you've got the little circles, which can be berries or little ornaments. And then you've got your bow, which, you put your tail, and that's your center of your bow. So all of that comes in that set. And I should measure the wreath, because you can, of course, go outside the width of this using your layering pieces. But this is the size that it is. And it is, let's get that correct, 3 11/16. That's how big it is in that direction. I don't know if it's any different in that direction. Yeah, it is actually. It becomes 3 7/8. So it's a lovely size. And I also got a set of cookies, which are all cut apart. And if I go dig into the bottom of my little pile here, these are the stamps, which you can see haven't been lined up properly on there because I've used them. You do get a sentiment, cookies for Santa, and there's enough space that can be cut apart if you wanted it to, so that you can have it in any alignment that you want. But you get a swirly cookie, and then you get a spiral one, you get a tree, you get a snowman, a snowflake candy cane. I'm not quite sure what that is. It's probably a snowfall or a snowburst or something. And then that's your chocolate chip cookie bit. So they match with the dies, and I got those. And I also got a little jar, because I am a jar addict. Yeah. When I see a jar, I have to have it, because you can just do all sorts of stuff with it. But I got the jar, and I have used that in my project. And this can be a shaker jar because it's got a base and a frame. And that is 2 3/4 inches. And then I also got a little set of stamps, which come in this little frame here. So lots of little different sentiments. So you've got sweet holiday wishes, sending love this holiday. And then you've got that lovely little stamp banner that you can pop it into. So that is the size of my haul. And to help me, I've used my circle dies, which came with my round shaker frames. I used those. And of course, I also use my frosty frames because I absolutely love them, and I haven't poked it out there. So here is what I made. First up is my little wreath, and that was just put onto the circle frames. So I used some of my twine from AliExpress, and I've got that on my desk here. And I'm all showing you because I haven't got much left. And knowing me, I'll just keep running it down until I've got none. And then I'll have to wait several weeks to get it delivered. I've just knocked a bottle of paint over there that I was going to use. So that is what that looks like. And I did use those pieces that, as I said, you could use them like ivy. But for me, they look a bit poinsettia-ish, and you could double those up if you wanted to, but I just put them on single. So I just think that's really cute. And I love that little bow. That little bow is quite chunky, quite chubbly. So that is the little wreath cards that I made with my wreath die set. Right, so I'll pop that off there. And then the next one that I made using my lovely frosty set is I did the little jar, and I used the bow from the wreath, and I did it in silver glitter this time, as you can see there. I did the lid of my jar in silver foil, and then I just used my Touch 5 markers to do those cookies and just basically scattered them around the place. And I used a little bit of white gel pen, but they're just so cute. And I can measure a couple of those cookies so that you can see roughly the size that you're dealing with. I'm going to say 1¼ inches. Let's do a few of them. That one's 1½ inches, the tree. But I think on the circle ones, you're looking kind of, well, no, that one's 1/8 inch. Well, you're looking at over an inch anyway on the cookie pieces. But I do love this one. I love the little snowman one as well. And of course you could use your glossy accents on those to give them a little bit more pizzazz. And of course you've got the chocolate chip cookie. If you use 3D paint, the tulip paints, you can get them in matte finish now. And you can just put little drops within the section there. I've actually used a little bit of white gel pen to highlight it, but it dries to a lovely matte finish. So you can do all your candy drips and stuff using 3D paint. I always wait for a sale because I've used all mine. But I'm after some white, some chocolate and some raspberry because it's just good for doing donuts and candies and stuff like that. So that is the little jar, and I just think it's really cute. I love the candy cane one too. That one's hiding behind the snowman's head. So that is what I have for you today. And as I said, it's the weekend, and I hope you're going to have a fabulous weekend. I'm going to be out in the garden. I mean, I've got my mulberry trees in, I've got my strawberry plants in. I'm getting ready to do a load of vegetables. I've got all my sweet potatoes and my potatoes, they're all in their cardboard boxes and covered in sheets of paper at the moment. But I've got to get those sprouted so that I can get them in the ground in the spring. But my dogs love sweet potatoes. Whether you bake them or boil them or put them in a pie, my dog will eat sweet potatoes. All dogs will, actually. I've got 3 of them, bless them. And at the moment, they're running around and barking at the mail lady. So I need to go out and check that. So once again, thanks so much for watching. And as usual, all links below. See you on Monday. Bye.